You got a very feeling sorry for myself Pip this morning. Good morning. Good morning. I was doing an overnighter at work last night, which I might have shown in the vlog, but I couldn't end the vlog last night. I ended up at about 9:30, 9:45, having the worst case of vertigo I've ever had, which led to a lot of vomiting, a lot of shaking, feeling absolutely like I was just at death's door. Lee came over and spent the night here with me, helping me with the kids. He's just taken Ozzy to school now, and the other two went off with Grandad this morning to go to school. Emma and Rob are having a night away, peace and quiet from the kids for a night. But I'm not allowed to drive now until I've been seen by a doctor, and I really don't think I'm up to driving all the way to the peaks, and I'm a bit scared that it's going to come back. So my trip away is not happening, but I'd like to think after I've had some good sleep that maybe I could go away tomorrow for a night and just have a night in the Cotswolds, so not too far away, on my own with the dogs maybe. We'll see how I feel. But I'm not allowed to drive until I've been checked over, so I've got an appointment at 9:20, so it's about half an hour with the doctor, and yeah, it was awful, absolutely awful. I'm going to apologise now for the noise coming from the window, but I needed some air in the room, otherwise I just get hot and stuffy. As you can see, I have more colour back in my cheeks. I've spent the day in bed. The doctor saw me really early. In fact, after I last spoke to the camera, when I was really still quite dazed and confused, we went straight to the doctor's, and he said actually one of the things that can cause what I suffered with is stiff neck, because he's had it in the past. He had a whole year of it. It was a pillow he was sleeping on, which I know mine isn't, because he said his pillow was too big, and my pillow that I sleep on, I have the bigger pillow that I kind of put my leg over so my knees don't knock against each other in the night, because I sleep on my side. Otherwise I get sore knees. So I have the smaller pillow on me that I put my head on, so that's at a better angle, he was saying. But yeah, he had it for a period of time, over a year. He had sort of a stiff neck caused by this pillow. Once he'd had some massage and changed his pillow, it stopped. So I know my neck is stiff, and I know I'm well overdue some treatment on it. So I need to book in some massage, I think. But on the upside, I've just had some gluten-free crackers and some cheese and 2 little potato croquettes. I've not finished all of the cheese and the crackers, but I've been eating it over the last hour, just picking at it. And I've had a whole bottle of smoothie, which I know is probably quite acidic on the stomach, but it's not like it was a stomach bug. It was just, I just don't feel like eating a meal, like the thought of a meal, because of throwing up my meal yesterday. As you can imagine, the idea of eating any meal or anything heavy is just really off-putting. But I did a bit of hoovering just to test, to see if that kind of movement of doing that was going to re-trigger me, and it's not. And I've rested all day in this bed, apart from the hoovering. I've rested all day in bed and I feel all right. So the trip might not be a complete write-off, is what I'm trying to say. My plan now is that I will leave about maybe 9:30 tomorrow morning. I will take Kenzie to school. Normally I wouldn't take him until nearer 11 on a Friday, but I'll take him in about 9:30 and head straight off. And unless anything happens that I feel rubbish again, and I'm going to go, because I've been really looking forward to this, and the doctor said it was really unlikely that I would get another hit of it straight away. He made me do some sort of tests with moving my head in certain positions, and he said, did that trigger it? And I said no, and he said, well, that's surefire that you're probably okay. He said what it is, and I think a couple of people have said to me before when I've said about having these episodes, but never to this extent. It's called BPPV, benign protasmal positional, that P, first P word, I can't remember, positional, it's not vertigo, it's another word. And it's basically to do with I think it's from, if I'm remembering this right, I read this while I was still a bit dazed and confused, but you have the 3 loops in your ear. So you've got one that does this, one that does this, and one that goes at kind of at an angle. And the one that's usually the problem is the horizontal loop. And that tells your brain where you are, even if you've got your eyes shut. And usually both ears do the same thing, because that's where your head is positioned. So the fluid in the ear canal, in the vestibular system, goes into those areas, and that sends nerves down the signals down the vestibular nerve, goes to your brain. And then with the other signals and clues that your body is getting, your brain is getting from the body, like your muscles and nerves in other part of your body, it kind of creates a picture of whether you're upside down or lay down, or what have you, and it just understands the orientation of your body. And what's happened is one ear has had a little, it's like a little crystal of calcium that comes off of the cochlea, I think it is, something in your ear. And then when you've moved in a certain way, it's got caught in the flow, and it's kind of got stuck in the loop, and it usually gets stuck on that horizontal loop because it would just drain out of the others quite easily. And then it sits on the little hairs, and that conflicts with all the other information that your brain is getting about how your body is positioned, and that's what causes this problem. So there's certain movements that the doctors can do to swoosh your brain a bit, swoosh your ears, to make them move that piece of sort of calcium crystal. And it does tend to sort of dislodge itself after some time just with your movements, but it causes all sorts of merry hell while it's there. And that was what was going on with me last night. And yeah, they've prescribed me anti-sickness medication, which I've picked up, so that should I ever get into that situation again, I can at least stop the sickness. Because when you're trying to be sick and you've got vertigo, it's not a good combination. So yeah, this is basically a really short video chat because I've done nothing but lay here all day in bed. So I'm going to leave this now, but I am planning on going away again tomorrow. So at some point in the next couple of days, this video will go up, and I'll probably already be away. And if not, then you'll find out I'm not. But everything crossed, I can still go and do a couple of days away, a couple of nights, and spend time with my friends, and yeah, do what I've really been looking forward to. I'm so excited about this trip. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow when I'm out on the road.